want to open the floor for questions. Just a few courtesies as far as questions go. There are a few of you here tonight, so please take turns. If you have one question each, if we get through everybody, I may come back to you to give you another chance. And if you'd like to either say whether your question's directed at all the candidates or if you're asking a question specifically of one of the candidates. We have a roving microphone, so we'll come to you down the back there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Jenni Savigny. I'm the president of a group called Curfew for Canberra. We bring together residents associations from Pialago through to Gungahlin, and we've been campaigning since January to have a response to the Canberra Airport's proposal to have a 24-hour freight hub and to become Sydney's second airport. Now, this is a very significant development for Canberra with the absolutely least amount of planning controls. Our very simple point is that once we have lost the peace and quiet in Canberra, it is gone forever. And what we're seeking in this election is very strong and effective representation to the federal government to protect our sleep from jumbo jets at night. And my question is to all of the candidates: what sort of representation can we expect from you on this issue? Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. The Canberra Liberals are alive to the issues that you and Curfew for Canberra raise. Philosophically, we're not all that keen on a curfew, and we will be working with the community to find ways of addressing the issue. Short of a curfew, and that may be a readjustment of the fly zones and where the fly zones where you can fly over, so that you can't fly over the city, but really keep it more of a north-south thing. But at this stage, we can't see our way clear to agree to a curfew.
Once again, of course, Jenny, we've talked a few times. Look, we're a community party here in the ACT. We don't actually have any federal members at this stage. We're working on that. Basically, because it's a federal matter, we would, of course, work with you guys to try and get the more federally represented parties to work on those issues.
Just be quick. I support a curfew. I don't think Canberra's big enough for an international airport. I think we're a bush capital and we should maintain that.
Thank you for the question, Jenny. Labor doesn't support a curfew at this time. Our position is that, first of all, we've been very vocal critics of the lack of planning control at the airport, and certainly when I was planning minister, and my successor Andrew Barr have made that point repeatedly, both to the federal government and to a number of federal parliamentary inquiries. What we've said in response to the airport's latest master plan and its proposals is to require and to put in place our own independent noise monitoring. At the moment, the noise monitoring is done by the airport, as you would appreciate. Obviously, they have a vested interest in the outcome in terms of that noise monitoring. So what the government has agreed is that we will undertake our own noise monitoring to ensure that we have independent assessment of what the impacts of noise are and are able to respond appropriately. But at this time, there simply isn't the flight movements to justify a curfew, and that's why we don't support it at this time.
Thank you. I know Frank's already spoken on this issue before, and his stance is basically in favour of a curfew from 11 p.m. I think it's to 6 a.m. I think they're the right times, but he's definitely for it. Thank you.
Thank you. The Greens have considerable concern about Canberra Airport's plans to expand, both from a climate change and an amenity point of view. We don't believe that the projections put forward by the Canberra Airport Group are sustainable. We support a curfew from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. We think this is a basic protection of making Canberra a livable place. We're actually working with our federal colleagues already in the Senate. Senator Bob Brown asked a question of the Minister last week on this issue. In response, the Minister's now asked us for a meeting, and we'll be pursuing that in the Senate over the coming weeks, and at a local level we'll continue to support Canberra getting an airport curfew.